Alright guys, this is a Jacked Up review.
With Micah here, right here. I'm not important.
So, we watched The Great and what is it? The Great
Oz the Great and Powerful.
Oz the Great and Powerful. More like The Great and, oh jeez, that was bad.
Well, let's hear his argument.
We can have conflicting viewpoints.
Alright.
Okay, so this was directed by Sam Raimi, the same guy that made Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man 2, and Spider-Man 3. So, and, oh, Bruce Campbell makes a cameo in it. We'll talk about that later. So, now, let's just go into the basics. Then we'll do the trailers, and then we'll go into spoilers for people that don't care anymore.
Alright.
Okay. So, this is the origin story of Oz and how it came to be.
Well, not really the land of Oz itself.
No, yeah. Yeah, I guess.
Basically, how the wizard came to Oz, and yeah.
Okay. Now, I'm going to say something that I'm going to probably say over and over. The pacing was awful. A movie that was 2 hours felt like 4. Don't hold the watch near my face. Or do it. Oh jeez. It just seemed to drag on. And drag on. So, and the acting at parts was subpar.
It really was, to be honest.
James Franco was James Franco in this, honestly, just him. And Mila Kunis, you tried. You really tried. Don't try again. And, crap, who was that one chick?
Which one?
She played the Wicked Witch of the... I don't care.
The green one or the...
Okay. Oh, and it's not a spoiler which one is, Wicked, because, you know, she wears all black, has feathers. It's just like, oh yeah, she's Wicked.
Yeah. Well, to be honest...
It's not really supposed to be, like, revealed or anything.
Alright, I'm going to actually be honest here. When I first saw her at the beginning of the movie, we didn't know any of their names besides that one girl. And I figured that woman, and she might be Glenda, I don't know. You know, it could be a good witch, or it could be might not be a witch at all, you know?
Yep.
But I was like, at the beginning of the movie, I wasn't really prepared to really jump into any conclusions about the characters until later on, because that's how you ruin a good movie. You go ahead and just be like, oh, that bitch is mean. She's not gonna do anything good.
Look, she's not good. I don't like it.
Yeah.
And that guy. Oh, but this movie jumps to those conclusions for you.
Exactly.
Immediately, you know, Oz is a lying douchebag, and it's kind of a problem saying that he changes, considering his whole thing is lying. Exactly.
You could say that he ends up lying for the greater good.
This movie, I thought it was made by Tim Burton. I never saw the whole Sam Raimi thing. I was just like, Tim Burton. It's Tim Burton. It's just a sequel to Alice in Wonderland. No, it's just a rip-off of Alice in Wonderland. The music is even creepy. Like, in the beginning, it does this whole, like, what would you call it? It's this whole Monty Python thing. Yeah. Just, like, of cut-out pictures. And it's doing this creepy music. Dun, 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 dun,
I actually thought that was pretty cool. That was, like, one of the only parts of the movie where I was like, okay, and when I saw that, I was like, oh, this movie, it's gonna be pretty good. I thought it was...
Because that style is always cool, but that style is Tim Burton.
Alright.
Emerald City looked like Gotham City.
It did. Just look at the movie and compare it to Gotham, you're gonna see. But here's one thing about...
Tim Burton movie.
Here's one thing about the movie that I know you'll, you know, kind of sympathize with. They used a lot of cheap jump scares. Like...
yes! And but in a Wizard of Oz movie.
But see, it's like... Normally, I would expect that from a horror movie. Because that's what you go to a movie to expect. This one was overused, even for a horror movie.
Horror movie?
I was talking about, yeah, even for a horror movie, a bunch of this many jump scares.
Oh, okay. I thought you were calling this a horror movie.
No, this isn't a horror movie by far, but what I'm saying is, like, you basically got one jump scare after another, and after a while, it stops being scary. Like, What?
It doesn't need to be scary.
Exactly, and I understand they're probably trying to appeal to older audiences with this, but jump scares, they get old really fast.
Okay. Oh, and because it was Tim Burton-esque, it was scary. I'm gonna go more into that in the spoilers. But oh jeez, it's yeah, a lot of the characters are written poorly. Especially the Kansans. Okay, so the people playing the witches, one of them that I can't remember the name of, it's the one that's not Mila Kunis. She has never worked with wires before, because when she was flying, she was going.
Alright!
And there's a part where she could have just walked when she was like floating, and she was like right next to the ground as if she was bending down. But no, she had to fly.
See, here's the thing in that the flying was terrible.
This comes from the guy that made Spider-Man!
I'm not even sorry about this, but it was... Oh my god, terrible. I mean, I bet if I squinted really hard, I could see the wires on them. I mean, honestly, when you got a woman that's just floating in the air like, whoa, whoa, ah, it's just, no, no.
Okay, talk about the things you felt were good about the movie.
Alright, one of the things I enjoyed about the movie, I really enjoyed the scenery in the movie. That was one of the things that they did right. I mean, the environments, the city, the forests, they were all very eye-catching. They made you it made you want to explore those places. And
they overdid it in the beginning, though.
Yeah, they kind of did.
Okay, it was very
convenient.
No, it was like Alice in Wonderland mixed with Willy Wonka.
It really was.
Oh man, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. That movie was scary. Okay, go on before I remember that movie. But
and then you had a few of the characters, like the little China girl and the monkey. I like them.
We'll explain the China girl in the spoilers.
I like.
She's made of porcelain. Okay.
I liked them. I liked how they did them, and I enjoyed their characters because they were the only ones that were really... You could tell they were characters that were built for you to like them. Yeah. But, I mean, they weren't bad characters. I thought it was pretty creative.
Yeah, like, one was just supposed to be cute, and the other was, JT from Scrubs. He was just supposed to be funny.
Exactly.
Okay.
And
I like the music.
You like the music?
I like the music.
I did too. That was one of my main things.
Sam Raimi movies always have good music.
Alright, real quick, I'm gonna jump back to some of the things that I didn't understand about the movie. So it was possible. Yeah, it's gonna be in the spoilers.
Okay. Any more good things?
Not really.
Okay. Okay.
I like the costumes.
There we go. Okay, so this movie, I'm gonna give it 3.5 out of 10.
3.5 mushroom.
I'll have my rating system. I'll give this 3.5 mellow yellows out of 10.
Thinking about it pretty well, I'm gonna have to say I'm gonna have to give it 4 diamonds out of 5.
An 80%? Okay, that's a 7 plus a 3.5 divided by 20. So yay, together this movie has an F still.
Yeah!
Now on to trailers. Okay, the trailers. Let's talk... Okay, the Croods. The animation looks beautiful.
It does. It looks like it's going...
And this is made by Blue Sky. The guys that made Ice Age. Like, in Ice Age, it was always just like, pretty good. But not much improvement. Not much improvement. Not much improvement. And then also in the Croods.
And it looks like, amazing.
When she was on the cliff, it looked... I thought that was real human feet. Good foot animation.
And I thought I could see every freckle on her face, which was really good attention to detail. I like me some freckles. I haven't seen the crudes yet, but I've heard that they're actually sticking with a little bit of historic accuracy, because if you've done a little bit of research on Neanderthals, most of them were actually red-headed. This is actually true. You can look it up. But I'm not joking. But it looks like it's gonna be a good movie. I would recommend you go see it. I'm going to as well, and this guy over here is probably going to.
I will. It's just it looks weird. I mean, just like it's supposed to be like Neanderthals. I would think they would stick with dinosaurs or something. I don't know, but like humans run around with dinosaurs. But it's like I don't know. They're like flying turtle parrots and red trees with green leaves.
Well, at the time, their birds were developing, so it's possible that it was probably a parrot type thing.
No, it had a turtle face.
What, and you think parrots don't?
Okay. And then there was After Earth. Was that the name of it?
Yeah, it was After Earth. Don't.
Don't.
That's all we're gonna say.
Okay. No, I'm gonna go on.
Fine.
Will Smith and Little Will Smith. Sorry, Jaden Smith.
This is 1,000 years in the future, and apparently humans have left the planet Earth to go to some other world that we don't know about. So basically, this teenage boy, he's trying to become a space marine or something. And so his dad, Halo 5, his dad is training him to be a space marine, but then his mom is like, Daddy over here, you are training not only a new space marine, you're training your son. So, he's like, can I go back to being the Karate Kid? So basically, what happens is... Jackie Chan was awesome! He takes... Jackie Chan was awesome! He takes his kid under his little space wing, and they go on a mission. And then... They get hit by a meteor, and then they go down.
Yeah, everybody dies but them, of course. So it's like they just hired actors to die.
Basically. And then what happens is, they're like, we need to get our beacon. It is about 100...
But first, Will Smith is like, guess what planet we're on? And his son's like, what, Dad? Is a Karate Kid planet? I want to be a karate... And then he's like, no, son, it's Earth. And we're like,
1,000 years ago, we left Earth. And get this! Every animal has evolved to kill humans.
Even though humans weren't there for 1,000 years. Well, or is that why the people left?
Probably. And there's also the fact
that... to hell!
And it also goes to the fact that the weather fluctuates about 100 degrees every second.
Yeah, like all of a sudden like, you see Jaden freeze, and then not freeze, and then...
How does anything live there? That's not how environments work.
Hey movie. Think about the children. Oh wait, we have to add this to Alice. I mean, Oz.
Alice.
Okay. Oh, the monkeys? Also terrifying. They gave them dragon wings. Okay, and, they jump scare a lot.
A lot.
They keep doing the thing where it zooms in and all of a sudden they're evil. And when the Wicked Witch is showing in the beginning, all of a sudden, you hear like, ba-da! And then like everything tilts. And it's like, what is it? It's the witch! What do you mean it's the witch? It's the witch! And it just keeps tilting over and over again. Okay.
Now our screen is tilted because it...
Now, The Great Gatsby.
Don't!
Okay, The Great Gatsby movie, the original, was terrible. But this is terrible. No, look, it looks good, but the trailer's hyping it immensely, and a Kanye West song is in the background. No, not Kanye West. Wait. No, it's Jamie Foxx. No, it plays 3 songs in one trailer, and the trailer goes on for like 2 minutes, and it's just all intense, and it's
The Great Gatsby!
It's boring!
The book,
even if it's good. No, it was still boring, though. It was not an action.
It's not. It really isn't. It's the kind of book, it's the kind of story. You sit down in your armchair, you get yourself a little plate of cookies.
You had your laptop loaded up with porn.
And then you just...
Okay, I'm cutting that one out. There's gonna be a bleep with just be like... Okay. Jump the shark. Okay. But I am excited to see who plays Wilson. Cause like in the movie he was like he went nuts after Muriel. Yeah, like after she was hit, like he just goes nuts. And then kills Gatsby and himself. Read the book, I guess. Well, not anymore. But yeah, I want to see who plays him. That would be a good one. I'm thinking Edward Norton for some reason, but that's because the original Wilson made me think of him. Oh, now you see it. Now you see it.
Now you don't see me.
Look, no, get over here. Get over here.
No, I don't want to do this anymore.
Why?
You're on your own. This is a solo act. You can do this.
But you did. Okay, well he did after. Okay, so remember that Disney Channel originally movie called Now You See It? Well.
No, it does.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. But I'm a man. Stop talking through me. Okay. Well, this one takes the title from it, and it's Woody Harrelson, Jesse Eisenberg, one chick from Wedding Crashers, and then Mark Ruffalo. And basically, it starts out with these men and this magician act in Vegas, and they're like, "Hey, we're gonna rob a bank," and then they send Robert Downey Jr. to a bank, and they're like, "Hey, you've had money taken from you by the government. Here it is."
And
then money rains on the people, and then the government's like, "How'd you do this?" And he's like, and he's in handcuffs, and then all of a sudden he puts the handcuffs on Mark Ruffalo, and he's like, "The first rule of magic is being smarter than every guy in the room." And I'm just like, it's Jesse Eisenberg. Yep. You can't make this man cool. He's like Michael Cera times 2. It's just, oh my gosh. And then like shows,
he's got a nice ass.
Thank you, ma'am. Why are you the only person in here? Why are you shutting the door? Okay, and then it just shows flashing images of technology and Michael Caine and Morgan Freeman and... I don't know.
Do you know?
I don't know what's happened. It's just, the trailers...
This guy doesn't know.
The trailers were terrible.
And it doesn't want me to. It doesn't make me want to see the movie. Not at all. Not one bit. Nope. No.
Thank you, ma'am. I see you've had your gender. Oh. So, jeez, it's just all these terrible previews and the cruise was after Iron Man 3, who was just it's Iron Man 3. I mean,
and Star Trek.
Oh.
Don't talk about it.
Yeah, we're not talking about the good ones. We're just talking about like the unexpected good ones and the bad ones. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. Oz is putting on a magic show, and then they're all like, "He's a faker!" Yeah. He's a faker.
You're at a sideshow carnival.
Yeah, like,
are you expecting a jackalope to be thrust into your hands?
Look, okay, here's a kind of a spoiler. It's because it comes back. Okay, this little girl, she's in a wheelchair, and she's like, "Magician, make me walk." And it's like, really? And then all the people are like, "Well, make her walk. You're a magician. You're good." I mean, come on. After you that, and of course they're angry at him when he can't do it. It's, oh, dude.
They're not fair to the guy.
Yeah.
And that was like the only time in the movie where I was actually like, oh, come on, leave the guy alone.
Yeah, I guess the rest of the time you're just like,
oh, God, make this guy shut up.
Yeah, oh, okay. So, James Franco gives this little music box to ladies, but he keeps giving multiples of them.
Exactly! I'm like,
of course they're gonna find out. It's small town in Kansas, and the muscle man finds, in the sideshow, finds out that one was given to his girlfriend, and you have to just kind of insinuate that. Because, like, oh, in the beginning of that sideshow thing, I was getting sick. Because they kept doing a motion blur thing, to show everything moving, like, my eyes were going crisscross.
It really hurt my eyes, too.
Yeah, I was just like, guys...
But see, here's the thing about the music box. How many of those does he have?
I don't... Oh, and the things that he's like, it's illusion. No, it was freaking magic. He made a little wooden music box that was solid. It just come out of nowhere. Like, why wasn't he great? He's like, I want to be the next Houdini. You are. Houdini cut slits in his finger and put keys in there. You actually were able to disappear. But yeah, so the Muscle Man finds out, and James Franco runs away. Oh, sorry, Oz runs away. He gets in a hot air balloon, and he's like, ha ha ha, and then a tornado appears.
I'm gonna rip your head off!
Oh yeah, that was...
He says that about 5 times in the movie.
And then, like, him and this drunken clown are like, I'll get the other half, you get that half. Yeah! And so he gets out, he gets in the hot air balloon that he cuts, and he goes into a storm, and he's like, ha ha ha! And he turns around and he's like, oh shit, a tornado! And then he starts, like, being like, God, let me live! God, let me... Oh my gosh, remember the music box? That went... No, not the music box. It was like a cart that just had like an organ in it.
The shit out of me.
Like, it went by. Like, all of a sudden, all of time just stopped when he was in the... like, in the hot air balloon. And then it just showed like... Dun, 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 dun. And then also, like, everything's silent. And then it comes out of the clouds looking like an angry face. And, like, screams and goes... And, like, eats the hot air balloon.
I think that was also supposed to insinuate that it probably... destroyed the circus and everyone he knows is dead.
Yeah, like... just like every demented thought you've had, like, you're allowed to have your fan theories about this movie. Like,
really
this isn't like Foster's Home where it's like, Frankie's autistic and she's... No, don't do that. But with this you can be like, they're all dead. This is hell. Because this movie was terrifying. Okay, so James Franco, when he gets Oz, and it's called Oz from the very beginning. Isn't it named after him?
Yeah, the land was named after him, as well as the Emerald City was built because he wanted them to build it.
I knew that one. So he ends up at this waterfall, and he's falling down, and he's like, oh wow, this is wonderful. But then when he starts falling, he's like screaming because he's about to die. Yeah, and then he starts laughing. He has near-death accidents all the time, and every time he laughs.
I just shit my pants!
Yeah, he's a sociopath. Okay. So yada yada yada, he meets Mila Kunis, and they immediately fall in love. Well, he's just like, I'm gonna wreck that. And then she's like, I'm gonna love him forever. And this is her whole, like, in the end, she becomes the Wicked Witch, but just because she loved him for one day. And he said he would never leave her.
And he said she would be his queen.
Yeah. And
then her sister.
Why would he give up Mila Kunis? My thoughts immediately. He's like, yeah, I'll stay with you forever. And just like crossing his fingers, just like, Mila Kunis! Jackie Burkhart, I still love you. Okay.
But it's like...
She was 14 when that show was made. Okay.
But, alright, here's another thing. Let's talk about... the sister.
Baby, let's...
We can talk about that later. But, let's talk about the sister. The Wicked Witch of the East... What?
Bad actor. Bad flyer.
Green Lightning.
Green Lightning. Oh, yeah, we were just going, unlimited power, when she... And then, like, the Wicked Witch, her whole thing was fire. She only did fire. Every 5 minutes, she was like, fireball, fireball. It's...
This was probably a grad student's final project, most of those things, to be honest.
It was very Sonic fan-filmy. Okay, go on.
But... oh, I really saw her as a wooden actor. I'm not gonna say she's bad, but she needs more practice. Maybe needs to go back to acting.
I'm pretty sure she's British, but she didn't sound... They all had this whole terrible British accent thing, and it didn't really quite make sense considering...
Well, this is a fantasy movie. How can you have fantasy without...
Harry Potter. Okay, so... after Oz leaves Emerald City, because he has to fill a prophecy Prophecy. Prophecy. Just like Alice. It's so dumb. I hate Prophecy, but that might be in the original story.
I think it is.
Prophecy is such a dumb thing. Anyway.
It's really overused.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, as he's leaving, he walks down the yellow brick road, and in the background you see all these terrifying creatures. Like, there were these, like, bush baby squirrels things that you could just kind of see. But anyway, he gets to a sign, and it says Chinatown.
At first we thought that was a joke.
And it just kept showing the sign. We're like, I guess there is a Chinatown everywhere. And we were expecting to just see a bustling
city.
No, but it's a city made of china, like porcelain.
Yeah.
And he meets this little girl. The most terrifying thing you will see in your life. This little porcelain girl that just like, she's like, hello. And when he first sees her, her legs are broken. Oh, and he finds broken pieces, and they're faces of porcelain people.
They're
kids movie.
He's basically picking up Gibbs.
Just like, I know him.
Basically. Alright. I really felt sorry for her when I saw her. I really did. But I thought it was going to be another jump scare. See, that's when you think, that's when, I'm sorry I'm going back to the jump scare thing, but that's when you know something's going wrong, is when you're expecting jump scares out of every corner. But...
Okay. I'm going to have to cut this up again. Okay. So, after he meets Mila Kunis, they show the Cowardly Lion. Well, when they show him, they basically, like, cut around a stock footage of a lion roaring and just put it on a cliff and then cut to a CG lion. Must I say more? Go on about the jump scares.
But, no, I'm done with the jump scares for now.
Oh, okay.
Let's go to the forest of blackness. I mean, darkness.
Okay. Oh, and, James Franco has this assistant played by JT from Scrubs. Don't know his name. I never know his name.
Never know his name.
Anyway, like, he's his lackey. And he just tells him what to do, and he says he's not his friend and everything. Well, in Oz, he meets this monkey that's just him. Just like how the Scarecrow is Dorothy's family. So it's paralleling Wizard of Oz. But in the end, Oz isn't thankful for the people he has, because he stays in Oz. So all those people, he just ruined their lives and then left. He's like, you have my friendship. The other guy doesn't have his friendship. He worked for you, and you were just like, screw you, pal.
Exactly. Yeah. And not to mention, they're all dead!
Did the top stop spinning? Okay. Inception references, the best. Okay, so they get to the dark forest after going to Chinatown. He calls the porcelain girl a little China girl over and over again, and I just feel uncomfortable. Okay.
and then once they get in there, the little girl's talking about, you think there are ghosts in here? Do you think there are the undead? And then you start seeing these little
eyes just in the background.
and you can't see nothing, but see, here's the thing.
They're just giant orange eyes. They look like Majora's Mask. And they're just all over.
And there's nothing behind. It's not like they didn't have a silhouette or anything. It was literally like you could see like right behind them, and it was like that.
So they're like, oh, they're just imagining it.
And then, out of nowhere, also, I had to hold this guy's hand during this part.
No, me, Anna, and you were holding hands, okay?
Well, okay. Now, this isn't a shameful thing, but they it's like, think about this. You're walking through the forest, there's no one around, and...
yeah, all of a sudden, massive Venus flytraps, and you could see it, like, the teeth and everything just in their mouth, and then eyes just coming out of the side of their head. Like, I'll cut to a drawing I made, with, like, Indian ink and just all this horrible, like, it's like, and it's just never referred to again.
Never.
They just jump, and they run away, and they're like, I don't like it here. Yes, you don't like it here.
Yeah, I mean, you just got eaten. What, you gonna have tea there next time?
The monkey's soulless eyes, the porcelain girl. The porcelain girl has a knife at one point, and she's like, I'm porcelain, I gotta defend myself, and she's just waving it around, officially in my nightmares. Right then. And then the flytrap, it's just scary. Mila Kunis as the Wicked Witch of the West. That was scary. It was just...
awful.
Yes? Okay.
Traumatizing.
Yes.
Jump scares.
What? Okay. Oh, jeez. It was... Oh, and, like, there was this... It was... The blue screen or green screen was very bad at points. Like, when they were running on those cliffs that were falling apart. It looked like the new trilogy of Star Wars. How, like, just... There was no real sets. It was just walking around.
I could even
like,
tell
Alice in Wonderland, it was like that, but it's like everything was so weird. It was kind of...
normal.
It was like, yeah...
It all blended together really well.
Yeah, but this, it's like... Oz didn't have a real definition to it. Like, the plants were... The good witch, Mila Kunis, is like, what's music? And at the beginning, there are plants that are playing music. And that's when James Franco gives her the box that... Oh, jeez.
No, I don't think she was asking what music was. It was a different thing. You kind of wrote it there.
Oh, James Franco's smile gets progressively scarier. Watch the video Happy Appy and just replace every pronoun with James Franco. Look, and then he got that deathly smile, just sitting there.
We're going to have to put a description to that
In the description?
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean, link to that in the description. We're going to have to cut this out. But, oh...
Yeah, I don't know, like, the first half was just terrible, and then the second half was just meh.
And the ending, it got pretty good near the end.
And then a massive cliche at the end.
Exactly.
With him and the Good Witch, why didn't I mention her? Because she didn't do that bad.
Yeah, and there was no mention of this in the books that I read. There was no mention in the books that the Wizard and Glenda were bumping uglies in the broom closet.
Oh yeah, the bad Wicked Witch of the like some what am I watching? It was just like a quadling or something.
Yeah, quadling.
Yeah. She was holding a broom, and then the witch was like, "Oh, thank you," and she took it, made it black, and then flew off. When she could fly before.
Well, you gotta make a point. He said, "You're a witch. Why don't you have a broom?" What?
Oh yeah, James Franco was just like, look. She was talking about the Wicked Witch, which they thought, Glenda was blamed for being the Wicked Witch, and then she was like, "The Wicked Witch is coming." And he's like, "What? Does she have warts and the broom and stuff?" And she's like, "I'm a witch." And he's like,
"Where's your?
You can't be a witch. Where's your broom?" Why
would I use a broom? And that's another thing. Why would she know to use the broom to fly if she didn't even know why she would need a broom?
She Googled it. So, we come to this, in the very beginning, we come to this thing called a water fairy. They make the tooth fairies from Hellboy 2 look like freaking kittens. It was terrifying with his black heartless eyes and his big grin.
And I honestly thought that it was gonna like lunge at his face or something and lunge at the screen.
No, it was like hee hee, and then it started whistling, and it's like if he didn't, when he whistled back, it was just, oh jeez. And
I thought that part was a little bit funny though.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I hope you had a good night, and I hope you didn't see any of these, except for the Croods and Iron Man 3 and Star Trek. Kisses. Help me.